3, 2, 1, and we're live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Fabulous. This is Angela, and I've got questions for you. Actually, I just have one question for you. Cons, we all just get along. Cons, we all just get along. This is my recap review of Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 3, Episode 14. Don't tell anybody, I'm so far behind. Thank you for clicking on the video and sticking around to see how we get from from opening to closing. I didn't talk about the opening. Oh, I don't know why my nose is. Every time I get in the car, it's like my nose be bothering me. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and all of that other good stuff. I'm Angela. The channel is Be Fabulous You. I don't even know where I am and what I've said, but cons, we all just get along. Cons, we all just get along. I never know if it's canes, but I think it's cons because that sort of sounds like cons. We all just get along. Okay, so let's jump right into the recap and review. We have the montage of, things going on. We see Giselle with her mom and her three girls. We find out that Granny Jo, who is Giselle's mom, is going to watch the girls while Giselle is away at Monique's birthday party in France, or birthday celebration in France, that she agreed to go to, but said, I'm just gonna go and do my own thing. She gives her mom the Sherman update in terms of, me and Sherman broke up, the brother can't communicate, and the mom is like, well, you have to mesh. And then the girls come back and they're like, you broke up. Like they didn't know. And I guess they didn't know. I don't know. And then Giselle was like, boyfriends come and go, but mommy is forever. Now I wrote mommy is together. But so I don't know. Did she say mommy is together, or did she say mommy is forever? I think she said mommy is forever. We see Monique planning out her children's outfits and their essential oil regimen. We find out that one of her children had a sinus infection. I think her son had a sinus infection, and her desire to not pump him full of antibiotics is what jump-started her Not for Lazy Moms business and the essential oil thing. We see Ash packing for France. She calls Robin, who's sick. Robin commented on Ash's song and Mike blushing, and Ash is like, well, I wish he would show it because he was blushing, but I just didn't know if he appreciated it or not. If someone wrote a song for me, I'd be blushing from ear to ear. And Ash and Robin seem to be really friendly. Now, different people express things in different ways, but I think that this woman is expressing that she's not feeling appreciated. That's the sense that I'm getting. But and I guess he might be expressing that he got all the money, so she should appreciate him. I don't know. And then we see the women arriving at the airport. This is like a classic, definitely a classic Real Housewives thing, but like a reality show thing when you arrive at the airport, or when they arrive at the airport. We arrive through them. Then when Giselle arrives, the Grand Dame goes inside. So Giselle and the Grand Dame are not on good terms. Monique and Shasha arrive. I don't know what's up with Robin. And I'm like, is she late? Are they going to go without her? I'm not really sure. And then she's there. So I don't know. Then Mo and Shasha upgrade to first class. Mo and her hubby, we find out, had a big argument last night. Mo's hubby is like, you have to save some time for me. I still need to be catered to. Even though I'm not a big famous football star anymore, you still need to cater to me. It can't all be about you. That's basically what's going on. And then Giselle is mad because Mo didn't come sit with them. And I was confused because I'm like, I thought, Giselle, you and Robin were going to do your own thing. And you were just deigning to go on the trip with her so that you could do your own thing. So why do you care where she sit, Giselle? I mean, I'm just asking. I've got questions. So then they take when they arrive in France, they take a 7-minute helicopter ride, which is really nice, instead of a 45-minute drive. And then there's a bouquet for each woman at the hotel, which is really nice as well. and there's an extra suite. So Monique pulls Giselle and Robin aside, and she's like, "There's an extra suite, and between the two of you, you decide who gets the suite. I just wanted one of you two to get it." And then Giselle was like, "Well, Robin, since you almost got into fisticuffs, an altercation, a physical altercation, maybe you should, maybe you should get the suite, Robin." And Robin is like, "No, it should go to you, Giselle." And then Giselle doesn't fight. She's like, "Okay." We see the ladies getting settled into their rooms. Monique has baskets in everyone's room. Candy Ace is talking to her fiance. I'm starting to not like this child so much. And she's like, "Oh, you're starting your diet for the 700th time." And I kind of feel like if somebody is starting a diet for the 700th time, be encouraging. It just seems like, ew, I didn't like it. And then she went on to say, "Oh, you wait until I leave to start working out." And it's kind of like, ugh, I don't like it. And then she's like, "Oh, the view here, it's just a wall. Ugh, boo." And her fiance, I think he's like, "Well, you're not going to spend that much time in the room. It's cool. But I just want a view." I'm Candy Ace, I want to like you, girl, but you're not being very sweet. So there's more settling in. Giselle can't reach her children. Ashley talks to her mom. We find out that Ash and her mom are back on good terms. She says that her mom's love is unconditional, and Mike's love comes with conditions. What kind of husband man does that? What kind of husband man does that? Man is that? I keep saying husband man, but I mean, what kind of husband man? What kind of husband man is that? Did his love come with conditions? And so she says, since her mom's love is unconditional, she needs to maintain the relationship with her mother, which I agree. You need to maintain a relationship with your mother. Basically, it's a lot to break me up from somebody being with a mama. And the mom is like, "Well, how did Mike like the song?" And Ash is like, "Well, he said he couldn't hear so good." And mom is like, "You sang beautifully." Basically just demonstrating and modeling how to be supportive. Even if you couldn't hear, you're like, "Oh my gosh, I couldn't hear everything, but what I heard sounded really, really good." If you're the husband who she wrote the song for, I mean, I'm just saying. Giselle and Robin are hanging, and then Ash is getting ready. We see the ladies arriving at Mo's suite, and Mo has a beautiful balcony. It's beautiful. Tomorrow, she lets them know we're going to an essential oil place, and Giselle was like in her interview or whatever, "Don't nobody want to be here in France dealing with Mo and her baby oils." That's a line she probably planned in advance, and it was sort of kind of funny, like in a low grade way. And Mo is like, "We're also going to do a perfume place." And Karen is like, "Yeah, see, that's big girl stuff. France is the home of perfumes. And she know I'm into perfumes." Mo didn't have to do that, but she did it. And I like that, Mo. And then we see that there's a twerking lesson going on. Ash is teaching the Grand Dame how to twerk. And Ash's behind looks really big when she's twerking. It makes me want to twerk a little bit so my behind can look bigger. Um, we see it's cute to see him like having fun or whatever. Always, to me, I like to see people having fun. Giselle asked about Karen's perfume line's progress, and the Grand Dame is very cagey. Like, "It's going fine. It's none of your business. Don't ask me any questions." And Giselle is very pushy, like, "Well, what are the details?" Da, 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 da. Ash asked about Matt, who is the Grand Dame's friend, and she spills the tea that Matt says that Karen is living in an apartment, not in that big old house that she says she's living in. And Shasha is like, "Oh, it's Ray's old bachelor pad that they're living in. Poor Karen." And then Ash is like, "That is not what's going around." And then Mo is like, "I've been to her house. She's there. So maybe Karen." Oh, Karen is in there. And then Karen is like, "The townhouse is right next to my house, and my son is living in the townhouse." And then Karen said something about Michael. I don't know. Ash is Michael. I guess, like, "Back up off of me, biatch, talking about my husband. Don't let me get started talking about your husband, or don't talk about me because I'm gonna get started talking about your husband." I don't know. And so then offer first class, but we declined because we're better than you. And then Mo is like, "Well, me and Shasha were having some girl talk. We had to talk. Me and my hubby got into it worse, than ever before. Every year on my birthday, we get into an argument." And then Giselle, pretends to feel like some empathy or whatever. Like she done made up this argument. So now they making up. And then Giselle is it because your birthday is about you? And then, you know, the group kind of has like almost all of the women in the group can relate to dealing with powerful men and their big egos, and you know how they want to be the star and they don't want you to have any attention, and if it's not all about them they feel a certain way, and you know their selfishness or whatever. And Mo is like, yeah, I know, you know, I love my hubby, you know, and he's not that successful or anything, but you know, I don't want him to think that if I have success I won't need him. And then the women in the group are all like, and they laugh at Candy Ace. And Candy Ace is upset, and she's back to being upset about being called a princess or that type of thing. Like they're minimizing her, you know, her substantiveness. And then Chris holding her purse and everything. Then we see the ladies, they're getting ready and meeting up, and Giselle, you know, is shading the Grand Dame. She's like, well, you look like you're ready to walk. And then they show us a shot of her shoes. I guess she just got on like regular gym shoes, which regular people would wear if they were going to be walking around. Like when I was in Europe, I did get some nice looking shoes, but I wanted them to be comfortable for walking around in, and comfort is prime. But anyway, Giselle is shady like that, mean. She's a mean girl. And then Giselle is like, you know, well, Robin's not there, and Giselle is like, well, I'll wait for Robin. And the group is like, no, we'll wait. And Giselle's like, no, I'm going to wait for Robin or whatever. And so then you know, how much more time Giselle to Sha? Why doesn't Karen? Oh, and then I don't know what's going on, but Giselle is talking to Sha, and she's like, why doesn't Karen care more about perfume? Like she's basically dogging, you know, Karen out. And then Robin, I'm not Robin, but Karen, the Grand Dame, comes up and she's like, why are you so concerned about my business? And then Giselle is like, she's mad because my business partner is wanted by her husband, Ray. Ray wants Erica Lowndes. Ray wants to lick her up and down. And then that's the end of the episode. Or that's all I got. Did I miss anything important? I don't know. Drop it in the comments. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your patience. Again, thank you. I really appreciate it. I said I was going to catch up, and I am going to catch up. Delayed but not denied. Who says that? I need to remember who says that, because it's a YouTuber, and it's delayed but not denied. So it's been delayed but not denied. And we gonna keep it moving. Today is the best day ever. You are the greatest. I love you, love you, love you. Be you, be fabulous, be fabulous you. Oh, I could be playing my music, but I'm not going to because I'm about to go. All right, peace. Thank you for the likes.